Hello everybody, how you doing today? Just gonna see how this live goes. There's bugs over here, so I might be attacked by horse flies and mosquitoes and you know it. Is it Canada Day? Is it really Canada Day? I don't understand when we're under a state of emergency and we're opening up the province to the rest of Canada. Why are we in a state of emergency, people? We just shouldn't be in a state of emergency. It should be lifted. There should be no masks, no social distancing, none of this garbage. As I talked in one of my earlier videos, the Sunday shopping to the Great Reset, I really don't understand how people are just not, you're just not getting it. I remember back at the time when we had the plebiscite on Sunday shopping, we all voted no to it. It was an attack on small business. It was an attack on churches. And they didn't want the churches people to go. And now they're using this virus, which you have 3% chance of getting. They didn't want you to go to church. So they're opening everything up now and everybody's all tickled pink. But you know what? They're going to have us in lockdown again. They're going to have another variant, which is out. They're going to want you to take another third shot. And there's a group on Facebook, 61K members with deaths and serious side effects of the V. And if you're not willing to search out both sides, your life is meaningless, people. So is celebrating what you call Canada Day. And from what I've seen and I've watched, China wants to take over the world. And they're doing it. I get a chance later, I'll put some links in with my speech of what people went through in Germany and Australia. And they can see that we're headed to communism. But some good news, I did read that Bill C-10 didn't pass the Senate. I can't believe that not the conservatives, the liberals, the Bloc, and the NDP supported C-10. Seriously, to censor the internet through, through guys like myself and other people that like speaking out, giving opinions. This is Canada. Get over it. If you don't like an opinion, you don't have to listen to it. You could just move on like you do a TV channel. Why do these fake news channels, CBC, ATV, Global, all these people get to say whatever they want over and over and over, every day, about the V, every day. They don't let up on it. They don't let up on it. They did the same thing when I was fighting Sunday shopping. Every day they kept on it. And do you know why they do it? To brainwash you. And I believe Sunday shopping was serious then, but I believe what happening now is really serious because it could take your life. I'm sorry I'm having interruptions in the broadcast, but people are thinking we are conspiracy theorists, everything we say. That Wuhan, that virus came from Wuhan, that finally it come out and now Facebook stopped censoring it. The conspiracy theorists talked about passports. Well, that's come true. A lot of this is going to come true because You are being lied to. You are being played. If your life isn't worth more than what it is, not searching into the truth, you deserve what's coming. You really deserve what's coming. I'm not crazy. I can see it because I went through it with the Sunday shopping. I got to say something. I heard that Rodney McDonald got an award because he brought us Sunday shopping. That was the biggest laugh, people, I've ever had, because that man took everything away from you people in retail. Your day off to be with your family, to hug one another, to enjoy the day, because he supported the corporations. That's nothing. The only award he deserves is in a jail cell with the works of them, because they ain't doing nothing for us. Not one bloody thing. Nothing. Rodney McDonald, Stephen McNeil, Ian Rankin, Dr. Strang, none of these guys have done nothing for you in retail. You lost your day of rest. You're wearing a diaper mask. You can't hug someone to say you love them or just to be nice. That's anti-human. They didn't want you to go to your church, but you could go to the liquor store and load up on liquor. Do you people honestly not see any common sense here? And you know what? People look down upon you if you don't follow the narrative. You don't have to follow the narrative, because these guys are lying. They're lying to you. They're not telling you the truth. This is dead summer. You should be walking around without a mask. You should be able to attend a church if you want to. You should be able to go to a restaurant. I know everything's open now, but they'll be closed again. They're making you feel good now, but guess what? You're not going to feel good later. I hope I'm wrong, but you know what? They are doing everything they can to make you take the jab. And you know what? That should be your personal choice if you want to take a jab, not anybody else's. It's your choice if you want to smoke. It's your choice if you want to drink or smoke a joint. It's your choice. A woman has a choice if she has an abortion. The Charter of Rights gave her that right. And I'm not saying I agree with that, but the Charter of Rights did that. So how can someone come along and tell me what to put into my own body? And I don't give a rat's hoots whether it's a corporation, the government, or who they are. They don't own me. They don't own you. They don't own anybody. And this is the thing. I am a socialist, but I'm not a communist. And I know I had one friend tell me socialism leads into communism. Well, do you know what? Corporations lead into communism because they controlled us in democracy, and now they want to own everything. They want to own your land. They want to own everything you've got. They don't want everything. They want to control your mind. They want it with chips and everything. I seen some stuff on a government website that made me sick. They got plans for us. This is just not a virus. It's just not a virus. They planned it years ago, since Sunday shopping. Divide and conquer. They divided everybody then. I remember going to church one day, and this one individual, he looked at me, and my other half asked for a coffee, and he said to her, "Why don't you go to Tim Hortons?" Well, she wouldn't go. Like, they always make coffee there for the people. And I felt like saying, them people, Tim Hortons, should have the day off too. Why not? And you know what? They played them people off against the people that were off on Sundays. And they were successful. But you know what could have been done that wasn't suggested? The government could have gave Tim Hortons, restaurants, all these people the day off. They gave more than the days off over a virus, so, they could have done it before, and they just didn't want to. They wanted us bickering back and forth so they could get their own way, because they want the little guy out. They don't want the little guy in. Just imagine right now, but before they open things up, you could go to a box store or buy a bottle of liquor, but you couldn't go to a church. Like Jesus is less important than going to buy a bottle of liquor or going to a box store. Now figure it out, people. If this was a virus, it would be dangerous everywhere. It just doesn't pick it just doesn't pick a store and not a church or a restaurant. It's dangerous everywhere. Do you see people lying flat out in the street? You don't see people dying on the streets, laying flat out everywhere. You don't. Because it's only less than 3% of you getting it. There's ivermectin, there's hydrochloroquine, there are drugs out there. I've seen doctors talk about it. But it is hidden from you. These corporations are brilliant. If you own the media, you can do whatever you want. I honestly believe if they said there were hundreds of spaceships up in the sky, that you'd believe it. Because you've seen it on CTV, you've seen it on CBC, you've seen it on Global. And I can tell you these guys, they only work for the corporations. I had a Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve petition on there. We close at 4 p.m. And there's just no way any of them would put me on. I wrote them, I called them, I mentioned it on Rick How's show, and there's just no way they'd put me on. Now you tell me, Canada Day, that we're supposed to be celebrating, why people are censored. And this is the most serious thing. It happened with me, and I won't go along with any of this garbage. You know what? Tell you the truth, I thought a lot of my own doctor. I'm really disappointed in him. He's along with this narrative. My church is along with this, with the government and Dr. Strange. And none of this is true. I don't believe it. I know it's a lie. I'm on a group with over 61,000 people, and there are deaths and serious side effects. I know there have been some around here. Everything I've seen back with the Sunday shopping, I see now. We're supposed to be happy celebrating our beautiful nation. This isn't beautiful when you're walking around in July with a friggin' disgusting diaper mask on. I mean, my God, people. There are people dying on the streets. It's time this government, if they're opening up to Canada, open it up. Restrictions gone. End it. There's no state of emergency. This is a joke. And anybody going along with Dr. Strange needs their head examined, people. Come on. He shouldn't be our top doctor. Chris Melbourne, he said on his page he had no experience. Well, he could learn, because I would rather have somebody like him in there to look after us than Dr. Strange. Because anybody that tells us a mask doesn't work and tells us it does, flip-flops, and this whole government did nothing but flip-flop, and it's supposed to be only 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and look how we've been living for a year. And let me tell you something. My mother, I love her dearly, and I want you to know, till I am not on this earth, I'm going to do everything I can to fight to see this BS ended. Because you know what? Them people in nursing homes, they're suffering too. Where the hell is everybody out there for them? They can't go anywhere. They can't see their family. I know me and the other half, we had either a 2 hour, half hour, hold on now, 2.5 hour visit, two of us, or one of us for 2 hours. That's what they were telling us. How does the virus know the difference between 2 hours and a half? Now you tell me how that makes a difference. Has anyone ever been able to fill the dots in with this crap, with this virus and this baloney? No one has ever been able to fill in with Sunday shop. And you know what? The government, I don't trust them as far as I can throw them, people. I don't. They have done nothing for us. They've done nothing for my mother. They've done nothing for them in the home. I know I had a few people say they're trying to kill them off. And you know what? Is anybody worried about their anxiety, their depression, because they don't see anybody? I'd rather get COVID and die is live like that, looking at the walls, not seeing your family. Come on. What have we become? We don't hug one another. We don't rest anymore. They didn't even want us to celebrate our nation's birthday. Come on. Yes, people died in graves. And I tell you, it's funny how this all come about now, with this all going on. They don't want churches. They want churches out. They wanted them out with Sunday shopping. They wanted out with the so-called virus. And all of a sudden this appeared. And I do believe they knew about this all along. They knew about these people in these graves before. They just thought they'd release it now. This doesn't make all churches bad. I'm disappointed in the Catholic Church, by the way, yes. But it's all a game. It's all about China. I'll put this lady from China on my description later. Maybe later this evening. China is trying to take over the world. It's not about a virus. We have been controlled. We've been always controlled by the corporations, and they're smart. Divide and conquer. They want us all fighting. They don't want any of us to get along. They want to control our mind. They want to control our land. They don't want no churches to worship. They don't want us to worship Jesus. They want us to worship them. They want to completely control us. This is not a country I want. More people need to be speaking out. Why? Do you know what? If any of you anytime want to go on Zoom, we'll go live. More people need to be talking. We need to bring back Canada. The United States is open in a lot of places. No masks. It's the way it should be. It's normal to breathe air. It's normal to hug one another. And guess what? It was normal to be home with your families on Sunday. Yes, you told businesses what to do for one whole day a week. Well, that's terrible. To give the people that work, that made them the money, one whole day off. That's a horrible thing. It's not horrible. It's something you should want to do as a business. It's something you should want to do as a government, because we're working to keep them going. And what are they doing for us now? They're poisoning us with the poison vax. And you could think I'm a conspiracy theorist. Well, I see people talking about it. Video. Thousands of people on two different groups. It's upsetting. We're doing this to our human race. This isn't Canada. This isn't United States. I'm disappointed in the churches locally. They're supporting this tyranny. What they're doing to us. When I'm not working and somebody wants to give me a hug, go get a hug. They want to shake my hand? I'll shake their hand. That's being human. I'll take my chances with COVID. But guess what? There's vitamins, there's vitamin D, there's vitamin C, there's zinc, there's all kinds of things out there for this that your government don't want to talk about. They just want to keep talking every day over and over and over about facts. Faxes. Oh, I gotta be careful what I say. I might be censored. Faxes. Every day. You know? Every day. Over and over. And why do you think they say it over and over? To brainwash you so they could get what they want. They did it with Sunday shopping. I see the whole thing. I know exactly what they're doing. And if you think by having 2 jabs you're free, you're not free. Because guess what? We will be in more lockdowns. They want to control you. Just like they did before. Sure, we're happy now. It's not going to last. You can see the cases going up. And guess what? Mr. Strange will come on. Oh, we got to save you people. They don't give 1-2 hoots about you. Just about the allegiance to China. That's what they care about. If they cared about you, ivermectin, they would release that, allow that. It's a cheap drug. There are doctors online. This whole thing is a sham. Now, if anyone could fill the dots into me and say I'm full of it, you fill it in, because I haven't seen nothing that makes any sense of this. Did you ever hear tell of the gut feeling? Well, guess what? I got that gut feeling. And this isn't right. None of it. You know, they're even trying to pressure employees to get the vax. Come on. That's not right. That's no more right than someone telling you what to put in your own body. That's your own body. It should be your choice. And what retail workers lost in the last 10 years or more, they lost their day of rest. They don't have anything. Oh yeah, your government gave them sick days. Guess what? Not paid by any corporation, but out of you, the taxpayers. That's wrong. You know what? The employees make money for these corporations, and they worked hard. You know why they got signs up everywhere? Nobody wants to work for them now. Do you know why? Because they got everyone so scared of the virus. But you know what? I think it's all part of the plan to bring a robotic system in to all these places. Is to say goodbye to a lot of people with the jab. And you can say I'm crazy. I don't care. You know what? They said it was crazy that man would walk the moon. But none of you, a lot of you will not go out and research and listen to what others are saying. This is real, this is serious what's going on. There are a lot of people being affected by these viruses. Or I should say jab. There's I haven't had no jab, and I'm doing just fine. I take zinc. I take vitamin C. I exercise. I could drop dead tomorrow. It's not going to be canola. We'll call it canola. Let's see what the fact checkers think of that. They could put a post on the end of my video that there's no such a thing. Well, they're welcome to it. Oh my, it's just hilarious that we live in a democratic country and people are fact checking what you're saying. I don't see them fact checking Santa Claus to see if he's real, or the Easter Bunny. I mean, these clowns is just unreal. And they're backed by Mr. Gates, who wants to populate the world. See, you know, Canada Day, everyone should be celebrating today. There shouldn't be nobody in a restaurant working. There shouldn't be nobody at a call center. There should be nobody at Tim's. And this is the way it should be. if they're Canadian. Yeah, I get it. Some people got to work at a hospital, but I can guarantee you, mostly all the non-essential people today are off. You can't go to your doctor's office or your dentist unless it's emergency, but I never known too many of them working on a holiday. There's so many things we can do to make our lives better and to support one another instead of being divided. People died in wars so we could speak. This censorship, C10, I can't get over I can't get over the NDP going along with the Bloc and the Liberals. I can't believe any of them would want to try to censor people giving an opinion. What kind of country are we that they only want you to hear one side of point of view? Doctors and nurses on here have been censored. What does that tell you? I know this is the Save Our Sunday site, but I feel all these issues have been going together. I've seen it years ago. The censorship, the divide and conquer games. They don't want anybody getting along. And that's not a Canada I want to see. I will never, ever celebrate a China. What they're trying to accomplish. And you know, a lot of us, and we're all guilty of buying things from China, which is probably going to come back and haunt every one of us. I don't know. I don't know where things are headed. I think more people should be speaking out. I think more people should want to speak out. And not every one of us is going to agree. And nobody forces anybody to comment on anybody's posts or watch any videos, but we should all have the right for that opinion. And I don't feel like it's much of a Canada Day. It's a laugh, you know. Lift the state of emergency for Nova Scotia and all the provinces. Let us get back to living. If people want to wear a mask, wear one. If people want to get a jab, wear one. But you know what? Don't force it on me. Don't force it on somebody that doesn't want it. Because that's wrong. And until we learn that this country is going down the tubes, people need the freedom of choice. That's what people die. This is what we're supposed to be celebrating. But I think when time comes up and it's too late, do you know what's going to happen? There's going to be a lot of people gone. And they're going to wish they'd listened to the conspiracy theory people. I think some of you think, oh, you know, I don't understand. This guy wants stores closed on Sundays, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. He wants sick days. He wants $15 an hour. But then he argues on the other end about freedom. Well, I can tell you, you know, we need a balance. Do you realize laws like, and this is why I'm for it, and this is why I'm disappointed in the NDP, the Liberals, the Conservatives, because I know who they work for. It's not us. They work for the corporations, just like they are now with this so-called pandemic. Well, I'm back again, but She's the internet's not the best. I gotta let my internet provider know. As I was saying, we can make a better country. We really can. We got to support one another. I'm willing to do interviews or have conversations with people. We can put it on Save Our Sundays, or we have another group, Free Speech Bulletin Board. We can put it on. If anybody is willing, they can private message me. We really got to start exercising what people fought for us to have. Because if we don't, we're going to lose it. You know, C-10 should never have been put in the first place. You know, freedom of speech, whether you agree or disagree with somebody, a doctor, a nurse, it don't matter who you are, you should have that right to do it. You shouldn't feel guilty about doing it. You shouldn't be scared about doing it. You shouldn't be fearful about doing it. How many people are fearful to give an opinion in Canada? Think about it. Fearful. How many people have been pressured in getting the V? You know? I'm not like them. If 1,000 people jump over the bridge, I don't follow them. I'm just not. It's common sense. Everything is common sense. None of this is common sense. The root of all evil, right from the top, it's money. And that's what it's about. It's money. It was money back with Sunday shopping. Divide and conquer. Separating you and I. Saying pandemic, the so-called V. Divide and conquer. They've done it all. We need to be all together to make a stronger country. Now you think about it. Do you want a stronger country? Or do you want to give someone the power that you're getting V's put in you every year? You can't hug, you can't go anywhere, you can't see family, you can't cross the border, you can't do anything. Is that the kind of country you want to live in? Mind you, 2 weeks to flatten the curve. And look where we are now. Look where we are now. How long are we going to continue to go along with their game? I'm tired of it, aren't you? Don't you want to spend time with your family, go to the beach, go to have a party, whatever you want to do? Come on, Canada, wake up. Do your research. Do your research, and you'll feel better about yourself. I want to hug again. I want to see the day of rest again. Nobody in retail says anything. I got to talk to you about retail a little bit. I remember when the Sunday thing came about, when they knew Rodney McDonald was going to allow this illegally. Some of them said, I'll never do it. I know quite a few that said they'd never do it. Guess what? They're doing it. They caved in. I remember when this mask thing come up, you know, they're free, their freedom to rest, their freedom to breathe air, their freedom to hug one another. This is what we've given up. This is what we become. We let them to keep little by little taking from us, and at the end of the day, you're going to keep losing. So, you know, should a person celebrate Canada Day? You know, to me, honestly, that plebiscite we had, that's a slap in the face to celebrating democracy, the right to vote, the right to walk around without a gag mask, the right to hug one another. There are a lot of things we gave up on, and we shouldn't have. We let them have it all. And they're not finished with any of it, you or I or anybody. They are going to continue till they have complete control of the internet, your home, everything. You're just rent, you won't own anything. You know, look it up, the Great Reset, the New World Order. They don't care. Until you get that, till you wake up and you get that, we're gonna lose. And it could, you know, it's soon gonna be too late. It's soon gonna be too late. And how many people are gonna have to die? I hope I'm wrong. I do. But, you know, from what I'm reading, what I'm seeing, videos, and it's sad. It's sad what's going on in your own country and you don't realize it. Well, I'm on here for quite a while. I had it in my mind. I just got to come on for a Canada Day message. Well, like I said, I can't call it Canada Day. You know, to have a prime minister, our premier, a top doctor, take our freedom to go from one province to another, take our freedom to breathe fresh air, to hug one another, to go out eat with one another, to spend time with one another. That's not, to me, a celebration. It's a time to sit back and think, do we want to continue to the next Canada Day living like this? Do we want to continue in retail living like this? Do you want a better life? Do you want to live the life they want you to live? Do you want to give it all up? You know what I say? No, I don't. I think life is worth more than that. For workers, and you've got people in homes that have suffered, their anxiety, depression, suicides, all these things are up. And nobody's saying anything. The CTV doesn't talk about it. They just talk about, when you're getting a jab, did you have the second jab? And blah, 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 blah. And that's the only thing they focus on. There are all kinds of problems that people aren't seeing. Or ain't talking, they know about it and aren't talking about it. And well, you should be talking about it. Our government's in there to represent us and they're not doing it. They're not doing it. And we need to hold them accountable. And all these people that are supporting what's going on, there's crimes against humanity, and they've got to pay for it. They've got to pay for it. Well, I hope you have all a great day regardless. I know I'm no fantastic speaker. I try my best, but you know what? I'm telling you how I feel. I'm not forcing anyone to watch or share. I hope you do share my video. I hope you get what I'm saying. You know, do you want to live this way till next Canada Day? How long are we going to go on with this game? Will we have another lockdown? ? I'm guessing yes. Wait till I heard this. I know I'm gone, but the Americans, I heard, were supposed to be open to the U.S. soon too. I thought someone told me July the 28th. Anybody can tell me any different, can write in a comment. But you know the cases are going to go up. Guess what's going to happen? Lockdown. You can't do this, you can't do that. And guess who remains open? Why, little guys are shut down. The churches will be shut down. Small business will be shut down. You can go all to the Wally World. You can all go to the box stores. That virus won't bother you there. You're safe there, but don't venture to a church and talk to Jesus because you're going to die off. I just can't believe that people's going along with this because it's a joke. It's comical. It's not comical, but it is because I can't see, you know, why some things are so important and others is thrown to the wayside. Because one time a church meant something and people were actually closer and loved one another, spent the day together. Sundays could have been made stronger, not weaker, by giving more people the day off. I bet the corporations didn't tell you that, or CBC, ATV, none of them fake channels told you that. You know why they didn't tell you that? They wanted everything open. They wanted everybody fighting with one another. They're very successful. Took me quite some time to learn into that, you know. I used to feel guilty. I used to have people tell me, oh my God, Tony, look at the people in Tim Hortons. They got to work on Sunday. Someone at the movie theater's working. I actually did feel guilty for a while, and I sat back and I scratched, well, this doesn't make sense. I thought, well, I know people at a government office. I know people at the banks, they're off. They're not told this garbage. It's just only told to people like me in a store. Like, why am I buying into this garbage? And I started adding the dots and I said, oh, this ain't right. I said, these guys know what they're doing. Divide and conquer. Making us feel guilty for having a day off. They're trying to make us feel guilty. But others have it every week, Saturdays and Sundays, government workers, people, banks, dentist office. These guys are so trained, they can convince people to do anything. They can convince you to do anything. I've seen it with the Sunday shopping. I see it now with the virus. They can convince people to do anything they want. You just got to watch CTV, Global, and they can convince you to do anything they want you to do, and they keep saying it over and over and over. There's not a day that I don't turn on, for instance, News 95.7, and hear about COVID. Not one day. Every day they harp on it. And I can bet you, if this was left go for 2 weeks, nothing said on mainstream media or social media, life would get back to normal. Life would get back to normal. And it would. Because you know who the virus is? The media. Do you know who destroyed your day of rest? The media. Because it's all about money. Mass, the V, having the doors open another day. It's all about money. They're not going to listen to a worker. They're going to listen to where they're getting the money. And that's what it's about. I want to wish everybody a good day off. I hope you listen to what I had to say. And have a great day. Thank you. All the best to you. I ask you, please share my videos. It would be so kind of you. Don't be ashamed to share a video of a different opinion. I'm probably, 20% out of there that think like this, or maybe it's higher, maybe it's lower. But I'm not ashamed. You know what? I don't mind staying alone in the crowd. That's the problem today. If you've got an opinion and you don't agree with the crowd, you're not going to say anything. And you know what? That's not really you then. Ever be ashamed to give an opinion in a democratic country and to celebrate what we're celebrating now, or we should be. And there should be celebrations all through Nova Scotia, Canada. And I do feel sorry for Indigenous people, but like I said in early in my video, I think they knew this all along. This was just let out now. They don't want to celebrate Jesus. They don't want us celebrating our nation. They want to take it down, and they're taking it down little by little by little by little. You think about what I had to say, and if you don't agree, you don't agree. But someday you will see that it's more than just a virus. You're being played. You've been played since Sunday shopping and before. You're being played now. You have a great day. I'm going this time. Thank you for watching. Please share. Have a great day. Bye.